What's going on, Beamer fans? Welcome back to BeamerView. After 2 months, I finally posted another video. I do apologize to you guys. I was out traveling and taking care of some issues, but now we're finally back and the sun's a lot more out these days. So get ready for a ton more content coming up throughout the next few weeks, guys. So for this video, we're going to ask the question, how is the BMW after about a year? For those of you who aren't aware, the BMW M3 has been out for about a year now, and so I want to give my thoughts on what I think the vehicle has been throughout this past year. Now, I currently don't own one, but I've been in and out of them numerous times, and I've seen tons and tons of videos of the new M3s and M4s, and I just want to give you guys my thoughts on how I think this vehicle did this past year. So before we get started, guys, just want to give a quick little plug on our new Amazon store. We do sell the latest and greatest BMW M parts. We have some pretty cool license plate holders and a lot more of the M accessories that you might find on Amazon.com. Everything comes with quick shipping. This is all through Amazon.com, guys. So definitely check this out. The link is right down below, so make sure you guys check that out at the end of the video. And without further ado, let's go and answer the question. Alright, guys, the first thing that really just comes to my mind is the fact that for the past year, the BMW M3 G80 has been just dominating the competition. I'm not sure if you guys have seen the videos from CarWow, but they're notoriously known for just drag racing these vehicles along with the competitors, and they do a really great job on doing car reviews and all that as well. Definitely 10 times better than my channel, so let's give them props for that. Well, these guys have been drag racing the M3 with numerous types of vehicles. Some of them are competitors, like the Mercedes competitor, the C63 AMG, and even the RS5. And if you guys haven't seen those videos, I would definitely check those out. One of the coolest things about the BMW M3 is that it's actually the fastest vehicle within its class. Comparing it against the RS5, the rear-wheel drive BMW M3 is even faster than the all-wheel drive RS5. It's even faster than the AMG as well too. One of the things that BMW does really great is that they value performance, and I think that's a really great thing to note, especially if you're a driving enthusiast. BMW just quite does it the best. Some of the things that BMW just does it the best, and what they're known for, is their power to weight ratio. BMW just quite does it the best. They balance out power with the weight of their vehicles, keeping them nice and light. And even these all-wheel drive models that are all coming out as well too, they still manage to keep the weight nice and low by the use of some really cool carbon fiber. One of the coolest things that the new M3 got halfway through the year, or 6 months ago, was that they started to release these vehicles with all-wheel drive or X-Drive. And that was a huge move for BMW, because this was the first time that the M3s and M4s got offered with X-Drive, and that just completely changed the whole game. Just in case you guys didn't know, the rear-wheel drive BMW M3s and M4s did 0 to 60 in about 3.8 seconds. And the X-Drive models, a staggering 3.3 or 3.4 seconds. And those are just phenomenal numbers. The BMW M3s and M4s are the fastest that they have ever been. And not only that, this competition model that we're looking at, in case you guys haven't already known, the vehicle is pushing 503 horsepower, which is insane. Another cool thing that I learned about the BMW M3s and M4s is that they are really future-proofed. And what I mean by that, the first thing that comes into mind is the M Drift Analyzer. For those of you who don't know what the M Drift Analyzer is, it's a new thing that BMW has, and I believe a few other competitors might have this feature too, but BMW M Drift Analyzer can actually analyze your drift, and it'll give you real-time data in terms of how far you drifted, the amount of feet, and the angle that you were going at. Some really cool bells and whistles that the M3 and M4s can come with. Again, that's called the M Drift Analyzer, and it's a really cool feature. The other cool thing that BMW M3s and M4s have is that they also have M Traction Control, and if you guys don't know what that is, you can actually go into the menus there and you can adjust how you want your traction control to feel. You can select numbers of between 1 to 10 on how much you want the traction on or off. Before I keep on going, guys, I just want to look at the video real quick and just check out these beautiful interior seats. This is the Kyalami Orange interior that BMW makes, especially for the M3s and M4s, and it's definitely the most popping interior that I've ever seen in any vehicle in my life. The other one that I do also like inside the M3s and M4s is the Fiona Red. You can get the M3s and M4s with that interior as well, and it looks completely beautiful. Another cool way that this BMW or BMW M3s and M4s are future-proofed is that they also come with some really cool technology such as wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. And also, big note, BMW M3s and M4s, they also come with remote start. Now, if you guys didn't know, you can also use your iPhone app. BMW makes an app called My BMW. You can also use that app to do remote start from wherever you are within the world. You can also have it scheduled your remote start for whatever time you get up or get into your vehicle. So if you want to go on at 8 a.m. every single day, they can do that too. And let's not forget the digital key. BMW also makes digital keys, which also makes this vehicle that much future-proofed. Also, one quick note, this vehicle is with BMW Sudbury, and one unique thing about this vehicle is that it was on our channel before, and it did get up to about 65,000 views, which is really cool. But one quick note on this vehicle is that this is actually a pre-owned BMW M3 competition, and I believe it has around 5,000 to 10,000 miles on it. I think closer to the 5,000 mile mark, and I want to say that the wear and tear with just this 1 year was barely noticeable, even with the vehicle just with 5,000 miles on it. You couldn't really tell that the vehicle was used. You can just see some slightly smooth surfaces where you would notice on the steering wheel being that is probably the most touched thing. But for the most part, after a year with this BMW with just 5,000 miles on it, it still held up really well, and it still pretty much looks brand new, as you can tell from the video. Even after 1 year, one really cool thing about BMW M3s and M4s, and we could probably bash on COVID for this one, but even though the vehicle has been out for a year, these vehicles are still really rare. Depending on where you live, you might not even see this vehicle at all. I think even though I'm pretty close to this dealership, outside being away of this dealership, I've probably only seen a M3 or M4 of this new body style probably around 10 times since it's been out, 20 max. And so this vehicle is also really rare, so if somebody is looking for like a really unique vehicle, this one's a great one. And one of the biggest things that I love about the M3s and M4s is that it definitely looks a lot more different compared to the regular 3 Series and even the M340i. That's also a great thing with the M3s and M4s, and I know that a lot of people still don't like that grille, but one of the greatest things about having this grille is that it completely sets it apart compared to the M340 and 3 Series and 4 Series. So if you were to see this vehicle on the road or on the highway, you can definitely tell that it's a completely different BMW. One other thing that I did want to mention after being around BMWs for so long, for about a year now, is that if I were to have a high-end BMW, such as the M3s and above, my personal advice, I would not buy the car. I would more likely just lease it. Now, the reason why I say that is that BMW is such a brand that I've noticed that they start to introduce new features, new models every year. Even the M3s that we see right now, the rear-wheel drive M3s have been out for about 6 months, and then 6 months after that was whenever the X-Drive was released. So the other thing about leasing a BMW is that you also don't have to avoid costly repairs and maintenance. One of the cool things that BMW offers is 3 years, 36,000 miles maintenance free. That's also another thing that's also great. So I would highly recommend leasing any M car just to keep your pockets more on the right side as well too. The other thing that I've also noticed is that I personally wouldn't daily drive the M3s. I'd definitely keep a second car handy for those daily commutes. I personally think that cars like the M3s and above They don't really do too hot in traffic. They do completely fine, don't get me wrong, but you're just gonna want that wide open space in order to open up the vehicle and really get a feel for it. So that's just my couple 2 cents on this vehicle. But yeah, guys, if you guys are thinking the M3, I would highly recommend it. There's no other competitor that comes close to it, and BMW is just getting better and better, and they're just in the forefront with technology, how the interface and everything just operates. And I have nothing but great things to say about this vehicle. Thank you for tuning in. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Again, I'm back in action now, so expect a lot more better videos to come up, and a lot more frequently as well too. Take care and have a great day.